St. Paul gave the instruction to the Thessalonians and also to us to rejoice always, to pray without ceasing, and to give thanks to God at all times, because this is the will of God and this is our Christian vocation. Dear friends, welcome to Fully Alive with Irene. This is an instruction to rejoice always, but is it always easy to rejoice at all times? From my experience, I would honestly say, no, it's not easy. Especially now, like with the sickness, with myasthenia gravis. I do have weakness, I do have heaps of limitation, I would say. I don't feel myself all the time. And I couldn't do things as fast as I want to. I lack patience sometimes when I get frustrated with myself if I can't do certain things. And I can't be as efficient as I was. And sometimes because of that, the relationship with my daughter was also not very good. And I get so easily, like I snap. Like I snap a little bit of things. I snap and I got angry. And when I'm in that mode of anger, in that mode of like not happy about things, oftentimes I found myself spiraling downwards. Thoughts after thoughts, like it's like something is controlling me and then everything seems to be bad. And wow, it's like that deep sorrow, I would say. It is life-consuming, I would say. It's energy-consuming. It's not always easy, personally, for me. And I believe some of us do feel like that sometimes. But by the grace of God, I am so grateful that the reminder, His grace is always sufficient, like His words tells us. That His grace helped me to snap out, to come to my senses. And oftentimes, these are the few things that I do to help me get back to my senses. Like, okay, enough of being like a sour face, long face, downtrodden, whatever, enough. That's not going to change anything. Of me feeling bad, feeling down, feeling unhappy, it's not going to change the situation. It's just going to drag me down. So what I normally do is to come back to the present, to be present to myself, to be present to my environment. And there are a few things that I do. I love eating. I enjoy my food a lot. And I found this to be particularly effective to come back to the present because I enjoy my food, right? So when I eat, I dedicated the first 10 to 20 seconds to really eating. So this is what I do. I'll close my eyes, I'll chew my food and just taste it, to just feel and sense the taste. And sometimes I said, wow, I didn't realize lettuce is that crunchy. That kind of sound that it makes, Wow, the texture of this meat. Wow, this is so amazing, it's so enjoyable. My meal become more enjoyable and I become happier. So that is one way that I come into my presence. And the other thing that if I'm in an emergency situation where I really need to come back to neutral again, hearing is the most effective one. I will focus all my hearing to one sound, be it the aircon sound that just keep on churning. My favorite will be hearing the bird chirping. That really helps me to calm down and come back to the present and to be able to let go of things that was bothering me. And for some people, touch is also very effective. And what I'll do is if I feel really, really difficult, I'll go and hug my husband. Hugging somebody and being present in that hug to just feel the warmth for about 20 seconds. It just raises our happy hormone and help us to come back. Hey, it's not such a big deal, to be unable to do certain tasks. It's not such a big deal that my daughter didn't listen to me. I'm raising a human being, not raising a robot anyway, right? Those kind of sense will come back. It has been so, so good. And I remember one experience was like, I was looking at the clock, at my clock, and I was like, wow, I didn't see this all this while. I start seeing that my clock has like the number from one side, from first half is facing one direction and the other half is facing the other direction. That was fascinating to me. So even our eyesight and looking at something intently also would help us to come back to the present. Other things like just being focused on our breathing, that really helps us to calm down, to come back to our senses, just to focus on our senses. And once I am present. I am like, I'm here. I'm back to where I am. This is my present. This is my now. Being aware of that, I am able to rejoice again and to pray unceasingly again and to give thanks to God who granted me the grace to be where I'm at the moment. And that's how I know that is the will of God. And that's how I'm living out my Christian vocation. So dear friends, what about you? How are you rejoicing at all times? And when you can't rejoice, would you like to take one of those tips that I just shared just now? And if you would like to take one, I would like to suggest eating. We eat 3 times a day, 2 times a day, however many times a day, and just to dedicate that first 10 to 20 seconds to eating with all your mind and being present to your food, and enjoy that, savor the taste that you can taste from the food, the complexity, and just enjoy that moment and come back to where you are. And may you rejoice always, pray unceasingly, and give thanks to the Lord your God who is good to you, who loves you, and who calls you His beloved.